Hero Motoco, Geo Finance, Shriram Finance. Losing side, IndusInd Bank 4%. Otherwise, Bharti Sun Pharma was more of a lackluster session. So देखिए 3 हफ्तों के कंसोलिडेशन के बाद 3 हफ्ते मैं इसके लिए कह रहा हूँ कि इससे पहले जो 2 हफ्ते थे वहां पे पॉजिटिविटी जरूर थी बट उतना डिसाइसिवनेस नहीं था मार्केट के ट्रेंड में। तो करीब करीब 3 हफ्ते निकालने के बाद इस वीक दोबारा से मार्केट ने अपना पॉजिटिव टोन दोबारा रिज्यूम किया। 25,000 के ऊपर निफ्टी क्लोज कर पाया। सेक्टोरल फ्रंट पे आप देख रहे हैं सारे सेक्टर्स पॉजिटिव साइड पे। गेनर्स की जो क्वांटम है जितना गेन करने का वो कहीं ज्यादा है। लूजिंग साइड पे केवल 3 नाम। सो 50 में से केवल 3 स्टॉक निफ्टी के जो कि नेगेटिव साइड पे बंद हुए ड्यूरिंग द वीक। That clearly shows a clear-cut buoyancy in the market during the week, right? So this is how we performed during the week. Now, what is next? So when we last connected, we were here, consolidating in a range. This entire zone. Monday, this was the start after the geopolitical, tension subsided, and the positive news announcement on the global front as well. So that triggered this consolidation range breakout with a decisive candle. Though there was days of pause in between, but again on Thursday it was a strong directional move, and today it was a muted session, right? Now what? So this zone close to this area, 25,200 is something that we are eyeing as a immediate resistance. We were discussing about here also once, let's say we break this 24,800, 850 mark, this area, then 25,200 is something that market may attempt. So we are very close to that mark, means 25,200. Once we break, then we'll try to inch toward this area, this gap area, which is 25,600 zone, right? So tone looks positive. 25,200, 25,600 is something that we are eyeing on the higher side. Now support, which was earlier acting as a resistance, should act as a support now. So 24,800, and then this base 24,400, that will be the key support area during the week. So roughly around 1,200 points, 24,400 to 25,600 is what we are eyeing for the week in the index, right? तो देखिए इस हफ्ते की तेजी के बाद 4% के गेन के बाद जो 25,200 का एक हर्डल जरूर नजर आ रहा है, जो कि ये वाला जोन है करीब, वो ब्रेक होने के बाद ये जो गैप जो निफ्टी में जहां से गिरावट शुरू हुई थी नए हाई बनाने के बाद, वो वाले एरिया को वही अटेम्प्ट करेगा। तो टोन पॉजिटिव लग रही है और काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग इंडिकेशन है कि 25,200 को ब्रेक करने के इंडिकेशन काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग है। तो ग्रेजुअली फिर 25,600 तक के लिए मार्केट्स बढ़ेगा। ये टोन कब खराब होगी या फिर नेगेटिव या साइडवेज कब होगी, रादर नेगेटिव तो अभी मुश्किल लगता है। 24,800 के नीचे आप क्लोज करते हैं तो फिर दोबारा से साइडवेज हो जाएंगे। 24,800 को होल्ड करना जरूरी है क्लोजिंग बेसिस पे, इस मोमेंटम को कैरी करने के लिए 25,600 तक जाने के लिए, राइट? सो निफ्टी पॉजिटिव टोन, banking index, right? So banking was among the rather first sector which made a new high, during this recovery, right? This area 56,000 was the new high in the banking index. This week it was more of a consolidation. No doubt banking also recovered very strongly after slipping below its 20 EMA last Friday. It was a strong start from the beginning, followed by the range bound move. But it seems like that the other sector which was sitting on the sidelines, they have taken the front seat. Like IT, which was sitting on the sidelines. Then we had auto stocks, Reliance from the heavyweights. All these stocks have started performing, and it is forming a base. Banking is forming a base, or is taking a breather after this phenomenal surge. Means from 49,000 to 56, almost 7,000 point kind of a rally. Good part is that excluding just one single day, that is last Friday, it has been maintaining steadily above this yellow line, that is the 20 days of exponential moving average. That clearly shows that banking also looks very strong, right? It's just that after this outperformance, we are seeing a pause. This 20 EMA is 54,350. That is the first area of support for banking index, right? Until we break this mark, the tone is likely to remain positive. It might consolidate further. There's a possibility that we might see further consolidation, but not beyond, let's say, 2-3 trading sessions. That is what the indications are. So probably in next 2-3 trading sessions, we'll have a next directional move in banking index. So first hurdle 56,000, which is the previous swing high, and then this trend line resistance. If you extend the previous, join the previous two highs, from the past, and then you get this level close to 57,500 is something that the banking might attempt. So once we break 56,000, then 57,500 is something that the banking can extend this move, during this prevailing phase, right? So maintain positive bias until we break 54,350 decisively. Clear? So Nifty banking index, clear cut positive view in both the indices, right? Now, sorry, I missed the Hindi part. So basically, देखिए, बैंकिंग ने शुरुआत की थी इस रिकवरी की, इस रैली की, बैंकिंग और फाइनेंशियल्स ने, राइट? और जिस तरीके से प्राइवेट बैंकिंग मेजर्स ने अपने नए हाई बनाए, इंडेक्स ने अपने नया हाई बनाया, तो कहीं ना कहीं अब क्या हो रहा है कि जो सेक्टर जहां पे परफॉर्मेंस नहीं आई थी, अब वो सब सेक्टर्स आ रहे हैं रिकवरी में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए निफ्टी के, और बैंकिंग थोड़ा सा सांस ले रहा है. जो होता है ना, कोई ज्यादा भाग ले, उसके बाद एक सांस लेके फिर ही आप दोबारा से स्पीड पकड़ सकते हो, तो वही चीज अभी बैंकिंग में होती है. तो नया हाई बना दिया, उसके बाद से एक रेंज में अभी ये कंसोलिडेट कर रहा है. अच्छी बात क्या है? अच्छी बात यह है कि ये अपने ये येलो लाइन के ऊपर जब तक है, तब तक मान के चलिए कि मोमेंटम भी इंटेक्ट है. शॉर्ट टर्म एवरेजेस शोज मोमेंटम ये कितना है इसमें. तो बायर्स अभी भी कंट्रोल में है. 54,350 जब तक ये होल्ड हो रहा है, ये लिख लीजिए. इस वीडियो को बार में पीछे आके भी देख सकते हैं, रेलिगर के चैनल पे जाके. जब तक 54,350 ये येलो लाइन होल्ड हो रही है, जो कि अभी एग्जिस्टिंग उस लेवल पे है, पॉजिटिव साइड पे रखिए अपने बायर्स को बैंकिंग में भी. 56,000, 57,500 इन सब तक के लेवल्स टेस्ट करने का पोटेंशियल रखता है बैंकिंग इंडेक्स आने वाले वीक में, राइट? सो this is about banking. Now let's talk about stocks and sectors. So this is the first stock that we have on our list, that is Coal India. So it's been a decent recovery from the bottom for index sectorally, and on the broader front also, means mid cap and small cap. So now identifying a sector or stock where we still have potential requires deeper analysis. Means those who have not performed yet but showing potential. So the first name that comes to that list is Coal India. So as you can see that from 520 to 340, almost 5-6 months of consolidation. Now it looks set to break this consolidation range. We are at the upper band of this consolidation range after forming a base. It's a weekly chart around the 100 weeks of exponential moving average, and now we are inching towards the breakout area. So there's a possibility that we can see fresh up move in Coal India in coming weeks, right? Downside seems capped because we have multiple support both in terms of price action and the moving average support, right? So Coal India is something that one can keep on radar for the coming week. तो देखिए कोल इंडिया जो पहला नाम हमारे लिस्ट में स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक जहां पे की फोकस कर सकते हैं कोई, और अभी इस टाइम पे स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक थोड़ा सा ज्यादा ध्यान रखने की जरूरत है बिकॉज अच्छा मूव आ चुका है बहुत सारे स्टॉक्स में, चाहे वो मिड कैप स्मॉल कैप के हों या फिर बड़े हैवी वेट्स भी हों। तो यहाँ पे स्टॉक सिलेक्शन थोड़ा सा ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है कि आप सही स्टॉक को चूज करें जहाँ पे कि रिस्क टू रिवॉर्ड अभी भी फेवरेबल हो। जैसे कि अभी हम सभी जानते हैं डिफेंस, रेलवेज, अदर पीएसयूज सब उसमें जंप करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। और होता क्या है कि जैसे लास्ट टाइम हम सबको याद है कि ऐसे लेवल पे फंस गए लोग कि निकलना मुश्किल हो गया। 50 से 65% के बीच की करेक्शन आई थी रिकॉर्ड हाई से। मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि वो टॉप आउट हो रहे हैं, बट हर मोमेंटम का एक एंड होता है। तो जब आप मोमेंटम चेज कर रहे हैं तो आपको बहुत क्लियरली पता होना चाहिए कहाँ पे एग्जिट करना है। तो यहाँ पे आप एंटर करना है तो रिस्क रिवॉर्ड अच्छा हो, तो वैसे स्टॉक में पहला नाम है कोल इंडिया का हमारे लिस्ट में। नेक्स्ट ऑन द लिस्ट हुडको। हुडको, दोज हु जॉइन अस रेगुलरली, we were here around this area when we talked about this stock. वहां से ये ऑलमोस्ट करीब 15-20% का मूव, it touched around 250 area and then it again retraced to the moving averages support, and after forming a base, fresh base here, it is set for the recovery again. Volumes, price action in sync, base formation, major averages, everything looks in sync, right? So it is not important to chase a fancy stock every time, right? First, define your risk to reward. Means it's just that HAL and BAL, they are going higher with every passing day. Even if you are chasing momentum, where I'll be placing my stop loss in case if the stocks comes down, that you should know before you enter the position. Or rather, look for the opportunities in others pack where the move has not happened yet. Similar is something that we are seeing in Hutco. So after this consolidation, it looks again set for the next leg of the up. तो हुडको में जैसे हमने पहले भी बात की थी, जब ये यहाँ से निकला था पहले ही बात ब्रेकआउट हुआ था, दोबारा से उन्हीं लेवल्स के पास करेक्ट करके एक अच्छे मूव के बाद यहाँ पे तेजी का इंडिकेशन आ रहा है। तो ये फोकस में होना चाहिए अलॉन्ग साइड विद कोल इंडिया। नेक्स्ट वीक में आपको एक अच्छे मूव की पॉसिबिलिटी दिखती है यहाँ पे, जिस तरीके से प्राइस एक्शन में वॉल्यूम दिख रहा है। Lastly on the list, SAIL. So metal as a pack this week was among the decent performer, and SAIL, though it's slightly low beta counter in comparison to the other metal stocks like Jindal Steel, JSW Steel, the top performers within this space. Then we have Tata Steel, Vedanta, National Aluminum and all. But here again, the premise of choosing this stock is on the basis of downside support, or we are very close to the base, means the risk is very low, especially after a strong move across sector. So again, we see a catch-up move from the stocks which are sitting on the sidelines. Usually we prefer the leaders within the sectors, but after a strong directional move, the risk rewards become unfavorable. That's the reason one should be very clear of where and why they are buying and what should be their stop loss. So basis that, while the other stocks are doing exceptionally well, we feel that this kind of base formation within the key averages and followed by this move with strong volumes here again almost 12% kind of a gains on the weekly basis. Possibility of extending this recovery seems high. Another important reason, as you can see, it's channel also, right, which sale witnessed a breakout from. So everything looks positive for sale to continue its prevailing momentum. तो देखिए, मेटल स्टॉक हो या फिर दूसरे कोई सेक्टर हो, ज्यादातर हम हमेशा ही यही बात करते हैं कि भाई सेक्टर का जो टॉप परफॉर्मर है उसके साथ रही है, बट वो सारे स्टॉक्स में काफी अच्छी मूव भी आ चुकी है, थोड़ा बहुत शायद कंसोलिडेट करें या फिर पॉज लें। यहाँ पे रिस्क रिवॉर्ड कंपैरेटिवली बेटर स्ट्रक्चर्ड लग रहा है, बिकॉज आप सपोर्ट के काफी नजदीक हैं। हो सकता है उस तरीके की आउट परफॉर्मेंस ना हो जैसे कि जिंदल स्टील और जेएसडब्ल्यू स्टील में है, बट यहाँ पे रिस्क भी कंट्रोल्ड रहता है कि आपको उतने ज्यादा यू नो वॉलेटाइल स्विंग्स देखने को नहीं पड़ते। तो अगर आप ओके हैं कि थोड़ा बहुत वॉलेटिलिटी झेल सकते हैं, मींस जिंदल स्टील, जेएसडब्ल्यू स्टील, वेदांता, वो आपके लिए स्टॉक्स हैं। जिनको थोड़ा सा कम रिस्क में पार्टिसिपेट करना है मेटल स्टॉक्स में, सेल वुड बी अ बेट, राइट? So to sum it up, Nifty banking index positive view, 25,200, 25,600 for Nifty index, 56,000, 57,500 banking index. These are the respective targets that we are eyeing for both Nifty and banking index in the coming weeks. Right? Stock specific, Coal India, Hudco, SAIL. Strong structures, movement still, it seems like that we still have more steam left in most of these names. तो देखिए, दोनों ही इंडाइसेस निफ्टी और बैंकिंग इंडेक्स व्यू पॉजिटिव है। 25,200, 25,600 ये निफ्टी के टारगेट्स, और 56,000, 57,500 बैंक निफ्टी के लिए जो एंटिसिपेटेड है कि अपसाइड के पोटेंशियल दिखा सकता है वो। स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक हम बात करें तो हमने कोल इंडिया की बात की, हुडको की बात की और सेल की बात की, जहाँ पे की पोटेंशियल दिखता है कि यहाँ से और अच्छा परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं और फ्रेश मोमेंटम आ सकता है। उसके अलावा जो हमने एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज जो डिस्कस की, वो ये कि अगर आप मोमेंटम चेज कर रहे हैं तो अपने स्टॉप लॉसेस को पोजीशन एंटर करने से पहले वो आपको पता होना चाहिए। ये मैं इसके लिए कह रहा हूँ, हम सबको पता है कि डिफेंस स्टॉक्स, रेलवेज, यहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा फैंसी होता है और काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग मूव्स आ रहे हैं वीक आफ्टर वीक, बट गलत लेवल पे फिर फंस जाते हैं तो फिर चैलेंजेस ये आता है कि हम काफी लंबे टाइम के लिए डॉर्मेंट हो जाते हैं। ये अपॉर्चुनिटी सामने से दिख रही होती है बट आपका पोजीशन फंसी हुई है, आप कुछ ट्रेड नहीं कर पाएंगे। चेजिंग मोमेंटम इज ओके अंटिल you know where to exit, both in terms of profit and loss, right? So abhi ke market mein everything looks okay, there's no as such challenge, be it domestically or globally, so this move should extend further. पॉजिटिविटी का इंडेक्स हो सकता है थोड़ा धीरे धीरे चले, बट स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक अपॉर्चुनिटीज रहेंगी तो उनको आपको फोकस करना, राइट? So this is all from the presentation part. Now I'll just stop sharing my screen. And here is a quick feedback poll. So please fill in your feedback and then we can start with the Q&A. तो कोई भी सवाल है, ये फीडबैक आप फिल कर दीजिए और उसके बाद जो Q&A का बटन है आपकी स्क्रीन पे, उसको आप यूज करके अपना सवाल पूछ सकते हैं। स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चंस यूजुअली वी अवॉइड सो दैट कि सेशन कभी एंड ही नहीं हो। तो कोशिश करिए कि सेक्टर स्पेसिफिक, थीम स्पेसिफिक अगर रहेगा सबको बेनिफिट भी मिलेगा, राइट? So those who are done with the feedback, they can start posting their questions. जिनके फीडबैक हो गए हैं वो अपने क्वेश्चंस पोस्ट कर सकते हैं, so that we can start with the Q&A also. Okay. Please quickly fill this feedback so that we can start the Q&A. We already have questions also lined up. Okay. So let's start with Q&A now. Mm. So please, instead of using that raise hand option, हाथ ऊपर करने के बदले आपका जो Q&A का बटन है आपकी स्क्रीन पे, उस पे आप लिख कर पूछ सकते हैं अपना सवाल, right? Okay, so couple of stock specific queries. So I'll answer uh, from the sector's perspective. So like the first question from Mr. Chandramouli on stock from the infra basket. So basically, you know, we were seeing that select stock from the infra basket, they were struggling, be it from the metal space, cement, capital goods. But now, in the last few weeks, we have seen decent traction post earnings and the other recent developments. So we believe that you should continue with your positive outlook on capital good names. So be it LT, Siemens, ABB, all these stocks after this recent correction seems okay. So like what we were discussing during the webinar also, that some of these stocks that have not participated much yet. So capital good is one such space where we have not seen much traction within the infra basket. While cement, metals, they have done pretty well. So yes, one can stay put if they will be short term or long term also. Okay, railway sector, Vipin has this question. So basically, this is what we were discussing. Defense, railways, wherever we are seeing fresh momentum, this could continue in the coming week also. There's no doubt about that. The kind of volumes that we were seeing in the last few trading sessions. But don't get carried away, right? What it means is know your stop losses, know your targets, and it is okay to chase, uh, you know, this recovery in railway stocks also, right? But again, time and again, I am just reminding you all that you should know your exits also in advance. It's not only about targets, your stop losses too. So tone looks positive in railways, defense both, but defense looks slightly stretched to me. Means there could be some consolidation of profit taking, but railways, I believe, can extend this recovery further. Okay. Okay, Kailash has question on realty counters. So realty as an index, let's say we talk about. So the rate sensitive basket, it started with banking and financials. Uh, this recovery, then auto, then realty. This is something that we are seeing this cycle unfolding. So be it DLF, Oberoi, Lodha, Prestige, majority of the counters, they are seeing gradual recovery. There could be some pause because realty, if you must have noticed, was among the top performing sector during this week, roughly around 10% kind of gains. So probably we might see some bigger consolidation next week in the realty counters, but possibility of extending this recovery seems high. So yes, you can continue to hold your reality related stocks with clear stop losses and targets in mind. Okay, which sector where one can look to invest? So instead of sector specific approach, I would rather suggest you to invest in stock specific approach, because within the sector we are also seeing underperformance, right? But yes, banking, cement, chemicals, these are some of the sectors wherein we see good potential in next 1 year. Defense stocks, like Gopal, again means after this strong move, be it in HAL, BEL, if you know how to maintain stop losses, then definitely you can chase them. Otherwise, we've talked about certain pockets wherein they are still seeing base formation and recovery. You can consider those names. But so Dinesh, I hope this answers your query as well. So are they overpriced? Overpriced means they are overbought. Yes. Priced is something that we talk about from the long term perspective. And in case if they continue to show the growth, then probably the valuation metrics might also change. If the view is long term, definitely you should stay put. There is no doubt about that. But those who are chasing it from the short term perspective, that is somewhere I feel that one should maintain a caution, right? Okay, jewelry stock. Benjamin has a question. Okay, which sector to be in limelight? So, again, Benjamin, all sectors are participating in the move. But banking, like it was sitting on the sidelines. So there could be fresh momentum in banking in the coming week. Then, auto stocks selectively, including the ancillary, cement stocks, metals, they all are still, showing potential of further up move. Jewelry stocks, I feel that there could be some consolidation, but tone looks positive, no doubt. So be it Titan, Kalyan, we are seeing recovery, but quantum could be less after this recent. Ananjay, hope it answers your query. We have talked about defense stock in detail. Okay. Next, we have weapon on IT sector. So, weapon like IT at one point of time was among the decent performer. Uh, with banking, it was holding strong, but post this uh, scenario wherein there were news and updates around possible recession in the US that trimmed or triggered a sharp decline in the IT PAM. Again, we are seeing recovery with announcement of the potential trade deals and less impact of tariff on the US economy and all. But here, the sector is slightly volatile to trade. Means every now and then means I can't recall that last time I saw 6-7% kind of a move in IT majors without results, right? So if you are okay with such moves, then definitely you can consider. But the move is going to be volatile in the coming session also. So be strict with the stop losses. Potential of recovery is high, no doubt. Okay. Auto stocks, Mr. Dinesh has this question. So auto looks positive. Ashok Leyland, M&M, TVS, Eicher, and Maruti. These are some of the names wherein there's a possibility of strong moves to continue. Other names, they might take some pause in between, uh, be it Tata Motors or like Hero Motoko after the strong move, then Bajaj Auto closer to the resistance. So otherwise, sector looks okay to us. Okay. So mostly queries we have answered. couple of stock specific questions. The stock specific question is something that's not going to help the larger audience, so that's why we skip. If you are associated with us, definitely you can share those queries through the branches or your business partner, and they'll definitely get in touch with us and help you resolve those queries. All right, so okay, so there's a question which is related to the expiry date and changing the expiry date. So there's no changes as per my knowledge. Earlier there were certain uh, news which were floating around, and they were planning to make changes. But as of now, I've not heard of uh, any change in the existing expiry date for the future and upcoming contracts, right? So yeah, with this we have answered all the queries. So thank you everyone for joining in. And next week is 23rd, right? So next week also we'll connect again at the same time. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Thank you.